Good morning, students. So today we're going to discuss about the divisions in kingdom fungi. In our previous lecture, we were discussing about uh, kingdom fungi and categories under kingdom fungi, and we had discussed about uh, zygomycetes. So today we will discuss about ascomycetes and basidiomycetes. The first is ascomycetes. Why they are known as ascomycetes? Because ascus, A-S-C-U-S, because ascus is reproductive structure in this division. Okay, so ascomycetes, as you know, all these species in kingdom fungi are multicellular, and there is only one exception, which is yeast, and that yeast is unicellular. So this unicellular yeast is put under ascomycetes. So they are unicellular, as you know, yeast, and they can be or they are multicellular. For example, penicillium. So we would take both of these examples to explain ascomycetes. So let's do it. The first, yeast. Yeast is unicellular and has big central vacuole. What is the function of a vacuole? Is to exchange nutrients between developing spores. This yeast secretes a specialized enzyme known as gymase enzyme. Is very important. जहाँ भी मैंने स्टार लगाए हुए हैं आप इनको नोट कर लीजिएगा. So this creates gymase enzyme, and this gymase enzyme digests complex sugar. This gymase enzyme actually used commercially, especially in wine and beer industries. So when it comes to reproduction, this ascomycetes, also this yeast, reproduces asexually as well as sexually. Asexually by budding and fission. It's as simple as that. Budding means a formation of bud, then after getting matured, that bud gets detached from the parent body. And fission, a constriction or septa formation takes place, and after some time, parent body divides into two equal halves. So asexually by budding and fission. And there is another term, very important, is halobial yeast. When yeast can asexually reproduce by both budding as well as fission, then that yeast is known as halobial yeast. इसको याद रखिएगा, ये अलग अलग बडिंग या फिशन दोनों तरह से एसेक्सुअली रिप्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं, पर कुछ यीस्ट ऐसे भी होते हैं जो दोनों तरह से ही आपके asexually reproduce करेंगे. So those yeast species which can asexually reproduce by both budding as well as fission, known as halobial yeast. Okay. Then sexually they would produce by either plasmogamy or hologamy. What does it mean? What is plasmogamy? Whenever you heard this, whenever you will be hearing this term plasmogamy, the meaning of plasmogamy is during this process only cytokinesis or cytoplasmic division takes place. There is no karyokinesis or nuclear division in case of plasmogamy. So only cytokinesis. There would no karyokinesis. And in case of hologamy, as you are seeing over here, these are two independent spores. After some time, these two independent spores, they get fused in, and they would form a zygote, this diploid zygote. And this zygote would undergo meiosis or one meiotic division to form four haploid cells, and these four haploid cells would act like their parent independent spores. Okay, so we have studied about yeast Asexually by budding and fission, and sexually by plasmogamy and hologamy. And zygous engine. Okay. And now penicillium. And as you know, the most famous example of penicillium is Penicillium notatum, which is widely used as antibiotic. Actually, antibiotics are extracted from this special fungi, which is Penicillium notatum. Okay, this Penicillium notatum or this Penicillium asexually reproduces by conidia formation, and the hyphae structure of Penicillium is septate. Septate means there is a division between two nuclear bodies or two nucleus. Okay, so there is a uninucleate septate hyphae in case of penicillium. Okay, so asexually reproduced by conidia formation. Here you can see this is a septate hyphae. Septa or division is there between two nucleus, and in each compartment there is only one nucleus is present. Okay, so then the formation of this stalk-like structure is known as conidiophore, and from this conidiophore can be a single or can be branched. Okay, so here we are showing you a branch type of conidiophore, and from this conidiophore steric are originated. They are finger-like structures. Steric are originated, and from steric these medullae, these from this conidiophore, these medullae finger-like structures are originated, and from medullae these elongated structures known as steric are originated. Okay, so conidiophore, from conidiophore this medullae, and from medullae steric. So from this steric these the chain of spores known as conidia or conidiospores are formed. So conidiospores or conidia, they are originated from steric. Okay, so let's come to the sexual reproduction. In case of sexual reproduction, uh, there are two types of, or you can say two different strains fungal hyphae. They get fused with each other. One hyphae would act like male, and the other hyphae would act like female, and both are of different strains. One would have positive strain and one would have negative strain. Positive strain hyphae would act like a male hyphae, and a negative strain hyphae would act like female hyphae. So here you can see this is negative strain hyphae, again septate uninucleate, and this stalk-like structure is known as ascogonium, and this would act like female. Negative strain and the stalk-like ascogonium, they would act like female, and positive strain and the stalk-like antheridium would act like male. So both have a different strain. Okay, after some time what would happen, this antheridium gets coiled around this ascogonium. Okay, so after some time, and this antheridium gets coiled around this ascogonium. Then what would happen? Because of this coiling, there is a specific area where the nucleus gets fused. Nucleus of both ascogonium and antheridium, they would get fused like this. Okay, so there are individual nucleus over there, and here you can see nuclear bodies of both antheridium and ascogonium. They have fused, and they are forming a dikaryon type structure. Dikaryon means two nuclear bodies or two nucleus are present within this compartment. This is known as dikaryon, very important. Dikaryon structure, and after some time they would make a coil type structure, and in each compartment there is a placement of these nuclear bodies in such a way that each compartment have either positive strained hyphae or negative strained hyphae. So you can see the negative, positive and negative both, and positive strain. After some time, both of these nuclear bodies, they would get fused in order to form this diploid zygote. This diploid zygote would undergo one meiotic division and then one mitotic division. Due to one meiotic division, this diploid 2 and zygote would form 4 haploid structures, and then 4 haploid structures would undergo mitotic division to form 8 structures or 8 nuclear bodies. Here you can see 1, 2, 4, 6 and 8. There are 8 spores. They are known as, this reproductive body is known as ascus. And after some time they would get matured, and this reproductive body would rupture, and these spores, they would get released. Okay, so it's all about penicillium. Then the next we have basidiomycetes. The reproductive structure is known as basidium, that's why they are known as basidiomycetes. So vegetative structure has both primary and secondary mycelium. Primary mycelium is uninucleate, only one nucleus is present in each compartment, and secondary mycelium has 2 nucleus. That's why they are known as dikaryon. Di means 2. 2 nucleus are present. So primary mycelium is uninucleate, secondary mycelium is known as dikaryon because of having 2 nuclear bodies. For example, is agaricus, is mushrooms, and when it comes to reproduction, these independent spores, when they would get germinated, what would happen? Look at here. These spores are germinating over here, and यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक देखिए, from here you can see both of these spores have germinated and elongated, but both of these structures are septate, and in each compartment there is only one nucleus is present. So they are septate uninucleate. So known as primary mycelium. This is primary mycelium, where septate and only one nucleus is present in each compartment. After some time, both of these structures of different strain would get fused, and after fusion a dikaryon type situation develops, and then after that, when this elongates, this would elongate with 2 nuclear bodies inside a single compartment. Here you can see, because they had fused over here. So 2 nuclei present inside this each compartment, known as dikaryon or secondary mycelium. So this secondary mycelium or dikaryon, when they would get fused with each other, they would form this specialized septum, which is known as dolichopore. Very important. This dolichopore septum is a specialized feature in case of ascomycetes, especially, sorry, in case of basidiomycetes, especially in case of agaricus. Okay, so this dolichopore septum is formed. This is a specialized septum in order to in order to get fused both of these nuclear bodies or nuclei. So this septum provides a specific place for the fusion of these nuclei of different strain. So here you can see there are 2 hyphae of different strain, a positive strain and negative strain, and from this hyphae a bulb type structure is formed. This bulb type structure gets detached from here, and after some time constriction or a kind of septa is formed, inner constriction is formed, is developed on this body of bulb, And here you can see these are the changes. And at last it would become like a full-fledged mushroom, which is known as fruiting body. Here you can see the gills, stipe and annulus. There are some edible mushrooms like Agaricus campestris or Agaricus bisporus, and some poisonous mushrooms like Agaricus sylvaticus. So it's all about Ascomycetes. Uh, so we have mentioned two examples of this: yeast and penicillium, and Basidiomycetes, and we have taken the example of Agaricus. So it's all about Ascomycetes and Basidiomycetes. So in tomorrow's lecture, we would discuss about Deuteromycetes and the lichens, and day after tomorrow, we would start a new chapter, that is Kingdom Plantae. Thank you.